Hey everybody, welcome back to Rusted Up. This is our final Ford F-150 challenge in which we decide the winner. Now, we still had some footage from on site from doing some, we'll call them durability tests to a few of the vehicles. Now, we didn't touch my Ranger because it is precious to me. And we didn't touch a silver F-150 because we needed it to get things home. But we had two other F-150s here, and we wanted to see which one of them held up better. So let's see how they did.
So I just backed this guy up the hill, and the temp gauge is now all the way spiked out and max, and I believe I actually may have gotten it stuck. I tried backing up a little bit and it just sank. I said we're going to wait for the rest of the trucks to come up and get me, so I'm probably going to shut it off and hope it doesn't blow a head gasket. See what happens. Okay, but I'm afraid I'm going to come out and hit him if I move. Oh, okay. So I kind of want to wait until he moves because that's still a pretty semi-decent OTK truck. Okay. I think I might be stuck. Just a little bit. Ain't over. That's fine. Honestly, that came out a lot better and easier than I thought. Once you yanked and I was spinning, I was like right behind you. Yeah. I thought I was hitting you.
I was ready to beat the brakes. That's why I wasn't sure if you're gonna be able to stop.
I screamed, "No brakes!" I was like, I hope he heard me.
I was trying to, give it, so you could slow down. I wasn't sure, so I was ready to just make you stop.
I was thinking I was gonna hit you, but I was like, and then I crammed in at first and it slowed down.
Oh, there you go.
We're good to go. But this is definitely overheating. You can like look at the.
She's hot, baby.
I can feel it through my gloves.
Fry an egg on there. We need some breakfast.
It was pegged out, and then when we were revving, it dropped again. So I'm assuming the water pump might be bad, but I don't know.
Where's my pillow?
You really can fit in there, can't you? Can I close the gate?
I'm so comfortable.
I'm gonna close the gate.
Go ahead. Okay, let's wrap it up.
It's like a personal camper, guys.
It's kind of stretching out.
Hey, knock off the snow a little. There we go. We'll take care of that for you real quick here. There we are. That'll help, with your heating in there.
Yeah, exactly. I think it works the other way though. The igloo sort of insulates.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about that. That's science. We don't do that here.
Oh no. Oh thank goodness.
That would have been hilarious. Oh, he's stuck in there. Got to stand there for the rest of the challenge. Sorry. They're adding gas to his truck.
You're gonna get the jack out of the way?
It's really not taking it anymore.
It's a tower. Right? It's an off-roader. You do everything with that. This Ranger is the best F-150 ever made. Does everything.
drove it for 3 minutes. We gotta put more gas in it. Doesn't hold very much. And as you can see, it doesn't even go in. You only get a little bit. I smell like gas everywhere. It's just a scent today. It's not weak enough.
Wow.
We
Alright,
should.
Tim, why don't you
Are
come
you
on
on?
down, buddy?
Why?
I was gonna get up there with you.
Should we?
No.
Yes, do it, do it.
All right.
All right.
You get up there first.
All right.
We're gonna swing. Cause I'm holding the door. Ready?
Yeah.
I will say their slogan "Built Ford Tough" is not inaccurate right now. Oh,
We gotta give.
No, that's just a suspension.
Ooh,
It's like an amusement ride, guys.
that's
All
not.
right. Next idea. Tim, we're gonna hook the strap to your door.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, that'll hold. Definitely.
That'll hold.
I see no issues happening here. I'm
Alright.
gonna be about a quarter mile away.
Tim, you ready?
I want to be this way.
Yeah, I'm getting out of the way.
You were doing a tug of war.
Oh, with the door. Okay.
We're gonna do both.
I got you.
I got no brakes.
The door wasn't in the way.
Guys, there was no brakes. It didn't work very well. Bumper, and then do it. When I say 3, we'll go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I like how you counted and still didn't get right. Yeah, because it's not in reverse. I got it. I got it, sir. Woohoo! Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Hey guys. I might be stuck. Bumper to bumper and go. There you go. There you go. That's not reverse.
After all that effort, we could not get Tim's door off, so we called his door the winner, and we cleaned up and headed out.
It's not working. It's too big.
I win.
Leave it in drive and I'll give it a push. Stay there! This was the second best tow vehicle. It was the second fastest track time. This was actually a really good truck. As long as you have a light enough load to pull with it, it'll go anywhere. I was really impressed.
All right, so after all that, we need to discuss which truck does better. And we pretty much boiled it down to the 05, which didn't quite go through the durability test like the rest of them. However, it was pushed pretty hard. It was towing everything. It was moving around, and it did a great job. Then we move on to the 97. The 97 did not do very well. It had electrical problems. It was just left and right overheating, but it was in pretty bad shape. And then there's the 95. The 95 did exceptionally well. We beat on it the most because it wasn't really falling apart like the rest of them were. So we, felt bad about it and decided we were going to just beat it up. And thus we did. Ranger, I mean, it was driven by the safety manager. We had no other choice. So what we can determine, though, as an end result was which one of these, if you needed to buy a truck, you need to get a cheap truck under $3,000, and you're going to go out and you're going to go, okay, I need to pull a little bit. I need to be able to get out in the woods, maybe get to my deer blind, get to wherever it is. Do you want to go in the woods or go explore, take some pictures of the wilderness? What do I want to buy that I'm going to go put my stuff in, get in the woods, make it cheap, make it something I can fix cheap and get out on the trail or get on the road or do whatever you got to do? Well, we boiled down to that 05, good solid truck. Didn't last as, wasn't out in the salt as much as the others, but definitely a good truck. You're going to pay the most for it. And those trucks do have their general issues. They got their spark plug issues, they got timing chain issues, they got a little bit of transmission issues, and but it's a solid truck. Then you move on to that generation in between, that round body one, like the one Jorden drove. That one had electrical issues, many issues. I mean,
There was electrical, there was overheating. The brakes had problems, the ABS had problems, the lights had problems. It was not as strong, it was not as durable, and it had idling issues. I mean, the list goes on. It still survived the challenge, but didn't have the power. It was difficult to fix. A lot of those things just, they really didn't stand the salt of time, as we had mentioned earlier. Then there's the 95. The 95, the frame was still solid. The body was rusted and beat up. I mean, there were holes everywhere, and yet it was still going. It was still running well. And to boot, I mean, even though that was literally scheduled to go to the scrapyard, I mean, it was going to be crushed. That thing, we were able to get it together and get it running with relative ease. Mind you, yes, the fuel tank had issues and whatnot, but those are issues that a regular person can resolve. The ones on the 97 is not something a regular person can resolve. For example, the ABS system was probably going to require a computer to actually fix the ABS to make the brakes work properly. We had brakes. I know Jorden likes to say, I have no brakes, but his brakes were at the very last inch because the ABS wasn't working. Whereas the 95 didn't have brakes, but we were able to get those working with just basic tools that someone would have in their shop. I mean, very simple. And that one didn't have exhaust, that one had battery, had wiring. All of it was easily fixed and easily run around. For goodness sakes, we made the rear fuel tank the main tank. And it was very simple. All of us didn't have any issues with it. We pushed it harder, we pushed the trailers. I was shocked when I climbed in it and backed up the trailer all the way down the hill. It was easier to back it up than it was in the 05. And so if you are looking for in those ranges of trucks, the 95 would be your cheapest option, especially if you're a little bit handy. And it's going to work just fine. It really can stand that test. Whereas those round body ones, definite no, not recommended. The 05, you know what? It is a nice truck. Rode nice, drove like a car. But it still had the little neutral safety switch issue, still had a little bit of a tick, and the frame was not in as good a condition anymore. And mind you now, they both have the same amount of miles, 170K. And still, the 05, which was 10 years newer, had rust holes in the frame. 95 didn't. And then, of course, there's the Ranger. The Ranger was rough. The Ranger was really rough. Plus, it survived a rollover. That being said, Matt here will attest that it was the best F-150, as he has said before. And it was able to tow. It was able to go around. It was able to keep up. It had plenty of power. Of course, that power difference when you get on the highway, the 95 and the newer ones probably going to have more power on the highway towing those loads. But it still did it. And you can also notice the difference between a Ranger and a half-ton truck was, if you notice that bed, when it fell down on there, it actually bent the truck in half. And that bed was popped right up. And that being said, though, it was able to keep up. So if you're looking to buy a vehicle like one of these, get a used vehicle just to get your needs met, you can pretty much tell from this test, that 05, we like it, costs more. You want a cheap bargain truck that's going to actually be able to tow your Jeep or actually be able to go rescue one of your buddies, you can get that 95 and you'll have a good vehicle. But hey, you're looking for something small, run around the trails, put some slightly larger tires on it and see how capable that 95, that 01 Ranger was. I mean, we took it off-road. You can check out our other videos. That thing was really, really doing well. So I would definitely pick the 95 if I had to pick out of these three because it's cheaper, it's very useful, it's cheaper than the other ones, just as powerful as the newest one, able to tow, able to take a lot of weight in the bed, and those locking front hubs, very, very nice. And the frame, of course, super solid even though it went through all of that. What about you, Jorden? Which one did you pick out of the three? 4?
I would also have to pick the 95. It was basically in best shape for how old it was, mileage, and it just performed really well on all of the challenges. The pull, the two-wheel drive hill climb, and the rally. So I would definitely have to say that the 95 out of those 4 vehicles would definitely be my choice.
I'd go with the 95 too, because like you said, I mean, I love the Ranger, don't get me wrong, and it'd be great for towing light loads, your light stuff, not cars. But normal stuff, it'd be fine. If you have you want to get out to a remote camp, it'd be fine for that stuff. But for an overall utility truck, that 95 is perfect. It would tow so much without even thinking about it, and it held up so well after all these years. I would definitely still go with the 95.
Yeah, plus the Ranger's bed isn't really big enough to carry a full load of wood or campfire.
You can't even fit a piece of plywood in there. It's too narrow.
Too narrow.
You barely fit me in there. It's too narrow for me.
I can't even fit a snowmobile up in there.
No.
Whereas you could do that in 95. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. You can barely fit him in there. All right, well, there you go, folks. And, all right, well, don't forget to like.
Comment.
Share and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.